Good guys, Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, we are going over more of the changes that will be, of course, coming to the final shape. And one of the big changes coming is going to be a pretty big nerf, I will say, to one of the most, I'd say, viable and fun builds hunters have in PvE. That's obviously not freaking Night Stalker, and it's of course going to be to the old Arc Strider build with combination blow and everything. And of course, you throw in the Assassin's Cowl as well. This build is honestly one of the best to kind of go in with in PvE when it comes to survivability. It's so much fun too, but it just, you survive so well. And I will say, when it comes to hunters, this was like legit one of the only kind of viable arc builds you could really go in with. I mean, you could obviously be a Night Stalker. It's always going to do well, volatile and everything for Falcons. And there is some builds with, of course, Golden Gun too. If you don't know what it is, basically Assassin's Cowl, every time you get a final powered melee blow, or you, of course, finish off an enemy, you will go invisible and it will restore some of your health. So it was so easy to basically just tank so many hits, start healing, and of course go invis and survive. And what made this really nice was, of course, the combination blow. So every time you got a kill when combination blow was obviously up, it basically counted as a powered melee. But with the changes coming, of course, Funnest shape, this will no longer be a thing. So it's not exactly nerfing Assassin's Cowl or anything, but it's definitely nerfing this build. So this is exactly what will be happening come final shape. Basically, power melees are going to be once you spend the melee charge. So combination blow, even though the buff is going to be up, it won't mean that it's powered melee anymore. Knockout was the exact same. That's why knockout used to be so good at freaking healing yourself, because it always counted kind of as a powered melee. For the Assassin's Cowl build, you're going to have to play it either going for finishers a lot, which isn't too bad because you have those invincibility frames. But it's more so you're going to have to be dodging so much freaking more. It means that basically you're going to want to have the Gambler's dodge on always. And then every time you need to kind of heal or whatever, you're going to have to dodge the melee. It just makes it kind of more annoying to use than anything else. But as I said, this build, it is so juicy. I'm going to showcase exactly why it is a really nice build right now. And what you're pretty much going to have to do come final shape, of course, with all these changes. So without further ado, let's go to PvE with, of course, our Assassin's Cowl build. Alrighty, so we're going to be doing some onslaught with, of course, our little build of hood and everything. This is where it's going to be, as I said, really dope. And you'll see that combination blow. You can get it basically going consistently. And this is how it works right now. But the thing is, come final shape, it won't exactly work like this. Obviously, against enemies like this, it still will work against them, but obviously it takes a lot more shots. But come final shape, you're going to have to do stuff like this, where you're going to have to insta-dodge basically every time you get a kill, so you can get your powered melee kind of going. That's if you want to kind of just tank a load of stuff. Now, I will definitely say that what makes it kind of nice is that you do get the jolt shot with the right aspect and everything, so it's not exactly like you're missing much. And you will, of course, get your combination blows kind of going pretty well too. So I honestly think, even though the changes are coming, it's not going to change too much kind of in the lower sort of area where this build is definitely at its most fun. But it's definitely going to change the build in terms of how people have been playing with it. And that guy's already 1 HP, what? But it's definitely going to change the build, kind of how people play it and everything. I know people do like to dodge like this anyway, just for, of course, the jolting and everything like that. But I still do think that the changes, it definitely will suck for a lot of kind of end game sort of stuff where you're in, like, right in front of people. Now, I just need some energy with that. I know I'm getting it back real quick, but my good God, why was there no enemies there? But yeah, when it came to like the end game sort of activities, it was so much easier just to keep spamming the melee like this and just getting a bunch of hits and, of course, getting heals and everything. There is the finisher aspect part of it as well, so if you really need to, you can definitely just like finish an enemy real quick. And we'll get this guy, give him that jolt. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's definitely going to change up the playstyle of this sort of build and everything, which some people might not really like. And oh, it's here. All right, boys, can we just kill this thing real quick? Screw it, actually. Come on, boys, get rid of his ass, get rid of his ass. There we go. Look at that. Oh my God, he's got a shred. Oh, this is Hoobaloo. Why am I shooting? Why was it shooting eight straight at it? What am I doing? But as I said, this build for me is just, it's so much fun. I mean, even if it does change a little bit, I'm still probably going to rock a little bit, because I mean, being able to just run around melee things, and as I said, with the kind of jolt shot you can get on this with the dodge, it is part of an aspect, of course, with hunters, but it's so much fun. Combination blow is just like such a dope ass sort of perk, and as I said, especially when you get the combination blows going for hitting, like, of course, that kind of powerful, more powerful sort of enemies. Oh, it's just such a beautiful ass build. But you can definitely see the power of this build. I mean, it goes ham so freaking well. Oh my God, I actually did one tap melee. They're getting beefier, boys. We're getting further into the round. They're starting to get the beefier. But as I said, the build it's just so much freaking fun. As I said, when you get the dodges kind of going as well, the jolt shot and everything. Oh, it's so freaking beautiful. As I said, you can definitely finish things off as well if I could actually get a finisher. Guys, can you stop killing everything within 5.5 freaking seconds? Ah, give me the finisher! But you can definitely finish things too. So as I said, it's not all doom and gloom with this build in terms of, it's not exactly nerfed to the absolute ground. It's just that it's definitely going to change the sort of playstyle you kind of go in with this. I mean, higher end activities, it might not be as viable anymore, because you're going to expend that melee, like trying to punch things. You're not really going to one-tap them, so you're going to have to get them weak first. At least with like, in like the higher rank activities now. I know I'm kind of one-tapping a lot of things like now. But you used to be able to do things like that where you can just keep punching this thing, and eventually once it died, you'll see I'll get a heal. And that's what made this like super, super nice high end. But with these changes that are coming, it's definitely going to struggle a little bit more. But as I said, you could definitely keep it going on these sort of like low enemies, especially with the dodge kind of getting respect every time I get a kill. It's honestly so much fun now. Help. Give me the freaking dodge, something. Oh my god, I'm getting nothing here. Oh man, as I said though, I do really like, of course, the oh, we jolted him actually. There we go. Oh my god, I really do love this build. The disruption champs, everything just get absolutely annihilated. But like, I haven't shot my gun really once here. I just love though the fact that you just basically can do this whole freaking build and not shoot a gun the whole time. As I said, it's not even really always about the viability of a build or anything like that. I'm not always sitting here going, oh, this is gonna be insane end game or whatnot. Sometimes it's legit just about fun. And I mean, this is just a hella fun build. This is what's called a bet to finish I was kind of talking about. Still get Assassin's Cowl kind of going from what you'll see. That will always work regardless of obviously the powered melees or anything. So that's still somewhat of an option to kind of get your heals going, which a lot of people will kind of spec into anyway. But it's just more the fact that it's just really, really fun. I mean, I just love melee build, especially on a hunter of all things. Usually this is just pure Titan territory. There actually is a few kind of Winter Guile sort of freaking Warlock sort of melee builds, but for me, this is just like such a really, really kind of unique build for a hunter. You never really get full-on melee builds for them, and especially with the nerf too, of course, they had strong grapple and stuff kind of too. I just think that it's a really nice kind of build to definitely try out and everything. Definitely give it a shot now too. I know it is going to be changing a little bit, but if you aren't using this build at all right now, I definitely would tell you to try and use it because it's super, super dope anyway. And of course, I have to use my guns now because, guys, yeah. Okay, I'm a hunter. Okay, I'm not a Titan brain right now. Otherwise, I'd be, you know, punching straight away into these things like this. Oh, of course, I hit the big boy. Of course, I hit the big boy. Well, obviously, I'm a freaking hunter. We don't punch the slow shanks, right? We're not allowed. We have more brain cells. I'd say the high-end activities, that's where you're really going to notice the difference kind of on this. People who are playing the high-end activities will not kind of hate to play around it, but it was just so free in certain scenarios. Like if you're in like a raid dealing with ads and whatnot, just all the red bars running at you. So being able to one-tap them all like bop, 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 and not having to freaking, or just getting heals the whole time, going invis was just so clean and freaking clutch because you just never really die. Now, it's easy enough to dodge the melee, but it still takes a little bit of course, extra inputs and everything. And when there's going to be a ton of enemies all swiping at you at once, you might die a couple of times. But I still will say though, if you're not using this freaking build, only respectable choice. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Only respectable choice. What the hell is wrong with me? What's wrong with me? But if you're not using this freaking build at all, I would definitely suggest you should definitely get your booty on it because it's such a good build. And we're going to use the big boy one. But it's such a good build that it's 100% worth specking into. As I said, you just get such free heals and everything. Look at this. We get one kill, we go invis, and we get heals. Did I not get there? We go. We get one kill, you get heals. You get another kill, you get heals. As I said, it's such an easy kind of build to spam out and everything. And that's why a lot of people use it like in high end and freaking low end. If you don't want to be, of course, the solar sort of usual or Night Stalker, it's like the most viable arc build you can go in with, and it's super, super dope. So yeah, I would 100% be telling people, try it out now. Just get them to get used to maybe doing the dodge and everything with it as well. But overall, this build is super, super dope. It's such a shame that they changed the powered melee, but it's probably because Prismatic is going to make combination blow something crazy. Well, that is it for me, and of course, our combination blow Assassin's Cowl sort of build and everything. As I said, the changes coming, they're going to affect the build a little bit. I know a lot of people kind of spam out the dodge with it with Lethal Current. This is after dodging your next melee attack has increased lunge range, shells the target, and creates a damaging aftershock. I know a lot of people who already kind of do this sort of combo with combination, what's it called, blow, and of course the Assassin's Cowl. So it's not going to change for some people, but it just isn't going to be as free. These powered melee sort of changes, it's definitely going to affect people a lot. I will say it'll affect Titans a lot too. There was a few builds I used to do back in the day with a Titan where you could have knockout going and just one-tap people with melees. That won't be a thing anymore because you'll need, of course, the extra melee charge to sort of get it going and everything. It's all going to be about the charge and everything like that. So we will see, of course, what this build is going to be like once Funnest shape comes around. But it is honestly kind of sad because I will say that it's probably one of the only arc builds I think that's really viable. Some people use Starry Scales too, and they are getting, I think, actually getting nerfed, so they're not going to be as strong. Obviously, Lucky Raspberry is really nice in PvE with arc bolts, but I think high-end activities as well. This was just really, really nice because it was so easy to survive. I have a build where it's just really high, obviously, what's called resilience. And if you spec into it well, you never really have to care about your strength or your mobility stats because these combination arc blows and everything just get your stats back so fast, your abilities back so fast. So this thing used to just keep me alive so freaking well, especially when we had arc batteries and stuff going. Oh man, it was just lethal. I mean, lethal current, lethal freaking build. Oh, it was so good. It's not going to be too great for you hunter mains. Everyone's kind of getting hit with something. Warlock's got the double whammy. I think hunters are getting whacked with this. I think golden gun for hunters too isn't going to be as strong either. But I think overall it's probably healthy for the game because prismatic is going to change the freaking landscape of metas completely. I don't even know combination blow is part of prismatic, but if it is, it makes sense why they're doing this because Assassin's Cowl with a prismatic build, it probably would have been absolutely busted if it was left the way it is. But regardless, if you liked the video, trust like, and reach some more content, subscribe, and fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.